like to bid you welcome for these 3 days, either the ones that are here or the ones that are joining us from home or from wherever you are. So, first, household announcements. We have simultaneous interpretation should you need it. Secondly, you can ask questions through the platform. If there's time enough, we will move on to a Q&A session after the debates, and then we do have the hashtag Madrid platform. Let's see if we can all together make it a trending topic. Now, without further ado, let's move on to our first seminar, International Seminar on International Investments on Asia, Europe, and Latin America for the main Chinese companies. I'll introduce our speakers. We have Song Xixiang, General Director of the Second Market Research Department of the Brazil Office of the China Development Bank. We have Jian Qi, Deputy General Manager of Comprehensive Department of the Brazil Office of the China Development Bank. Li Jing, Senior Manager of Strategic Investments of the China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation. Xiao Fanfeng, Manager of the Department of Third Investments of CNIC Corporation Limited. Tony Dong, Chair of the Sino International Entrepreneurs Federation. Sang Zhou, Secretary General of the Sino International Entrepreneurs Federation. Jiang Shanghua, Country Manager of the Investment Department of the China Road and Bridge Corporation. And Dong Qiwu, Vice President of Hangzhou Steel Structure. Very welcome. Thank you so much.
Good morning. Hello. Everyone is ready?
Hello.
Hello?
Hello, can you hear us?
Hello, go ahead. You're on live. Welcome.
Yeah, cool. Okay. It's our pleasure to join the Madrid platform. And so we have our Chinese speakers all sitting here in the Shuncheng Prince Palace. So I wouldn't pause that much time from you guys. And I will actually invite Mr. Song to present from the China Development Bank Brazil, first of all. So let's give a hand to Mr. Song.
Thank you. Good morning, good afternoon, our distinguished guest. My name is Song Jixiang. I'm from China Development Bank. I'm currently the head of business team for our rep office in Rio de Janeiro. Firstly, I would like to thank for the invitation from Steve, and I'm very glad to be here today, having the opportunity to talk to you all and make new friends. I would like to spend a few minutes to introduce CDB. And more specifically, give you a general idea on our business overseas, especially in Latin America. CDB was established back in 1994. We're state-owned under the direct leadership of the State Council. We're used to be one of the 3 major policy banks, and then transformed into a development finance institution in 2015, and then has become one of the largest DFI in the world. We're also the 2nd largest bond issuer, right after the Ministry of Finance in China. And we're also the largest bank in China in terms of the foreign currency lending and cross-border transactions. And it is worthy to mention that we have been given by the international rating agencies the same credit rating as China's sovereign ratings for many consecutive years. Our main goal and focus is pretty similar to other DFI in the world, which is to support a key area and major weak sectors in China's social and economic development by providing mid to long-term loans for larger scale infrastructure projects and other high priority government projects. Overseas, our focus is is to support the Belt and Road initiatives with a priority in products where Chinese companies are involved. As of today, we have 37 branches domestically, and we have 1 branch in Hong Kong and 10 rep offices globally, and with more than 9,000 employees. So Latin America is one of our largest overseas market. Approximately, it's around 40% of our total overseas business. Over the years, we've in total provided financial support to over 200 products in the area, and made contribution to local social and economic development for more than 20 countries. Brazil is one of the top priority countries for us. It's also been our largest overseas market in terms of outstanding loan balance. We've set up our rep office in 2013, and over the years we've supported more than 50 products and covering sectors, for example, including energy, electricity, and mining, and so on. Our customers, clients, involves both Brazilian companies and Chinese companies. So just to sum up, we're eager to build close relationships with companies and local governments in our partnership, in our partner countries, and to find new paths to provide sustained support to local economy, and to create employment, and most importantly, to help those countries get back to their normal economy, to get a full recovery from COVID-19. Hopefully that by working together with Chinese companies, we can bring more investment, more expertise, and especially more experience that what we learned from our past to help those countries. That's all I have to say right now. Thank you again for the opportunity. Thank you.
Thank you. We still have a bit time for you. Maybe you can introduce, probably giving some examples, like what you have been investing in Brazil.
Yes. For example, in the energy sector, we provide some loans to Petrobras as an example for Brazilian companies, and also we've provided loans to State Grid. Yeah.
And is there any projection, like post-COVID, any particular sectors that you're going to look into, or is it still the traditional?
Yes, our focus right now is infrastructure, because in Brazil, as you all know, they probably need a lot of investment in infrastructure sector. We're also looking for want to bring more to the market and to provide possible financial support to them. Yeah.
Okay, that's great. So, shall we move on? Or is there any questions on there? Okay, now I'm going to invite Mr. Lee from CCECC to give an introduction of your company to start with.
Okay. Thank you. Good morning, everyone. First, please allow me to bring you a small video introduction of CCECC. It will take the whole video will take around 10 minutes, but I think the first 5 minutes will plan everything. Okay. So, okay. So please allow me to introduce you our CCECC. CCECC's full name is China Civil Engineering Construction Corporation. So it's a typical SOE of China, and it's a parent company. As you may know, is a CRCC, China Railway Construction Corporation. It's a very large contracting company globally. Next page, we can see that CCCC our major business is railway and rail transit highway. So we built total 8,500 railway out of China. So that's a lot of railway we have built. We built railways than all the other China contractors in the world. And besides that, we also do that bridge building and tunnels, commercial buildings and common buildings, and also airport terminal buildings, harbor and ports, and etc. And so we do all of these, but our main business is still the railway. Please remember that. Okay, and second, as you may know, that every contractor will be dream to be listed in the ENR's top 25, 250 international contractors. So CCECC used to be around 40 to 50 in this list. And after 2017, that CCECC's revenue was combined to its parent company, CRCC. So now we can see that CRCC is listed in the 12th of this top 250 list. So we are a very, we are very high level contractors in the market. So on these pages, we can see that we have a total 216 ongoing projects around the world. Our business covers 105 countries or regions, and our company since 1979, our company built. We have finished more than 20 billion euro deals. So from this page, we can have a quick glance of our company, other important numbers. 216 ongoing projects, 8,500 kilometers railway overseas, and we also have 300,000 employees. And currently, we have 2 PPP projects and also more than 13,000 machines overseas. So we have a lot of business outside China mainland. As you can see on this page, that currently CCECC have 4 main business units. The first will be investment, which in charge of all the PPP investment and also minority stake investment and also M&A projects. The minority stake investment will be used to only take a small share, but to trigger out a large EPC project afterwards. And other three units will be consulting, which mainly the engineering consulting, and also construction, which we are very good at, and also the operation afterwards. From these pages, we can see that we recently, actually last year, we won a huge project from Bogota of Colombia, which is a very large tram PPP project. The total project revenue will be 2.477 billion US dollars. So after the building the tram, and we will also operating it for 24 years. So that's a very long-term project. So besides that, we also introduce you another typical project of a tungsten mining project in Kazakhstan, which is our first mining investment project. And this project is also very large. Around the total investment is estimated around 1.8 billion Chinese yuan. So it's also a very large project. So we also have ongoing projects in Latin America now. So like in Panama, in Peru, in Colombia. So I'm very looking forward that we have further. And also, besides that, I also mentioned M&A project. We are currently very actively looking potential opportunities in Europe and East Asia and also Latin America. So if you have any opportunities, please contact us. Thank you.
Great. Thank you for your introduction, Mr. Lee. Now we are moving on, and we're going to invite Mr. Xiao from CNI to give a brief introduction of your company.
Good morning and good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. This is Feng Xiao from CNI, and I will give a very brief introduction to CNI. You could say from next page, CNI was established in Hong Kong in 2012, jointly established by SAFE and SASAC. So until around 2018, CNI had around 33 billion US dollars and over around 150 billion RMB under management. So for the investment areas, we have 4 sectors. The first one is the energy and the resources, which including the whole value chain of oil and gas value chain, as well as the renewable energies and the related decarbonization green tech. For the manufacturing, we also have some kind of projects related to the high-end equipment and manufacturing. Next page. For the construction and the EPCs, we could do projects globally. And for the areas which the Chinese companies have the advanced techniques and the appearance globally, we could also do the high-speed railway, UHV, power grid, and 4G communication, or even 5G communications projects globally. On the next page. So as the first half of 2018, CNC has delivered over 61 investment projects globally with a total account of over 22 billion US dollars, and mainly focus on road and belt, circuit and road. So and mainly for over 20 countries around this area. And we also established a partnership with 55 large companies, mainly the Chinese SOEs, and including those who have the strong power in and better performance in the overseas business. So next page. This is all the strategic partners of CNI, and you could say large companies here. And so that's a very brief introduction of CNI, and we are really looking forward to have more investment and cooperation in Europe and in the Latin America areas. Thank you.
Okay, thank you. So, since Mr. Zhong is not there, maybe I will give a brief introduction of our organization at this point of time. Where we're sitting right now is what we call the Shino International Entrepreneur Federation, and the Shuncheng Prince Palace is our China Center. We was founded in 2008 by Mr. Long Yongtu, who was the chief negotiator for China entering WTO, and he was also the vice minister of China MOFCOM. And co-founded also by former Prime Minister of France, Jean-Pierre Habermas. So in 2008, that what we have been doing is we have been providing a platform and stage for Chinese entrepreneurs for them to go aboard. We create a few different conferences, including the Shino International Entrepreneur Summit, the Sino-European Entrepreneur Summit, and also 2015 we moved to Africa and we created a China African Investment Forum, which has been take place in Morocco since 2015. So from 2017, we actually developed into Australia, and we also have the honor to have another chairman, which is John Howard. He was the Prime Minister of Australia for at least twice. Since 2018, we start to do the vice versa. Instead of just bringing Chinese entrepreneurs to international countries, we start to bring international business to China as well. So we created the Sino International Entrepreneur Summit in China, and it has been take place in a few cities in China, including Beijing, Qingdao, Wuhan, and also in Hangzhou. So over the years that we have been building this platform and create a lot of deals between China and also international countries. There is a few examples on the slide, so including the Fortune deal with Club Med, and we also have the Rainwood investment in the Four Seasons hotels in London. We create a joint sisterhood city between Qingdao and Dijon in France, and also we have the SNCF, which is the French train station, train operation with a Chinese company. And actually in 2019, we also created a fund together with Guoxing, which is about 2 billion RMB. And this is particularly focusing on investing in European technology and creative companies. And we're trying to use this fund to support them and also support their developments in China. So here is some names within our organization. So we have 4 chairmen at the moment, including Gordon Brown from UK, and John Howard, which I just mentioned, Jean-Pierre Habermann, who was the former Prime Minister of France, and we also have Nicolas Long, who was Vice Minister of Hong Kong. And there is a few governing councils. We have around 12 from China. They're mainly self-found billionaires in China, but we also have a lot from, we have another half from the 4 continents, in other 4 continents around the world. We create an advisory council, which are mostly ministers from different countries around the world. They are giving us a lot of advices and strategical movements, and we create initiatives together. For example, this year we are providing 2 initiatives, which is one is carbon zero, and the other one is for the species diversity. And this is where we're sitting right now, a beautiful palace, which was built 400 years ago, and it was owned and lived by a prince from the Qing dynasty, and now it's our China Center. So we host including large conference, but also roundtables like today here. Okay, here's some of the summits that I mentioned before. So we had it in Europe, Australia, Africa, but also in China. So we try to make it as more comprehensive and more interesting as we can. So including plenary sections, where we have a lot of breakout sections to facilitate in-depth discussions, and lots of social functions for people to meet and social together. And we also have private meetings, and we create a lot of company visits so people can see. Okay. Here are some example pictures and some really good speakers we had for the over a few years. This is our Australia version, and here is our African version, which, okay. And this is what we did in China, including Qingdao and also. those other breakout sections. So to have more in-depth discussions, we actually bring Chinese entrepreneurs to meet the top leaders from city governments, and also which in China but also international. And it's been covered by major medias. For example, like what we can see right now is the Phoenix TV, but also the Australian, which is the major newspaper in Australia. There are some previous partners who have been support our organization and for our conference, including Fortune 500 companies, but also like key organizations. Yeah, some previous partners and previous participants. I will go through that. And some nice pictures from us. And that's it. Thank you.
Okay. Yeah, one more thing. Thank you, Mr. Victor. You still remember that last February, we had honor to visit Madrid, and we met the mayor, our leader, and the deputy mayor, Victoria, and we had a very good discussion about the future cooperation between China, Madrid, and Latin America. I firmly believe that Madrid is exactly the middle of China and Latin America. And now, you know, we have a lot of industry, a lot of entrepreneurs and entrepreneurship to explore Latin America market. Probably Madrid is a very good location. I know that a lot of Spain companies, a lot of companies in Madrid, they have the big connection and network in the Latin America. Probably we can promote a kind of cooperation that a Chinese company to work with Madrid and to provide service, provide the products to the Latin America. So that's why we organized the conference this afternoon.
Thank you. Thank you. Okay. So next, I would like to invite Mr. Dong from Hansel Skill Structure. Can you hear us, Mr. Dong?
So this is remind us that we need to find a solution for the teleconference in the future for China, Madrid, and Latin America.
But we are still online.
Que parece que tenemos unos pequeños problemas de conexión, es lo que pasa con la tecnología, que normalmente siempre es nuestra amiga, lo que pasa es que a veces también nos falla en los momentos más inesperados. Creo que el señor Dong se ha congelado, vamos a intentar recuperar esta conexión con nuestros compañeros y bueno, pues espero que estéis disfrutando mucho de la jornada del día de hoy. Estaba cotilleando ahora por Twitter.
And I must say, I really hope you are enjoying our session. I've checked our Twitter activity. We're not trending topic yet, so I would really ask you to be active and see whether we can climb some notches. Unfortunately, communication has failed, and our colleagues and the technical department are trying to reconnect. And meanwhile, they just remind everyone of the enormous potential that Chinese businesses have for the better of Latin America, for example. Oftentimes, we think that there is not a very direct connection between China and Latin America. They usually go through Spain or through the US for reasons of language, for example. But let's hope that today's event will boost these contacts between China and Latin America.
Looks like we still haven't received the audio signal. I apologize. It's not always easy to handle this. They are putting some music for the moment, and I'll be back in a second. Don't worry. Bye-bye. Bien, welcome.
Hello.
Can you hear us?
Welcome back.
Introduce myself.
Okay, thank you. Probably I can represent Hangzhou Steel of Mr. Dong Zhiwu because we got the same family name, and I know Hangzhou Steel very well. They are the first steel structure manufacturer company go to the in 1980s, and they did a lot of international contractors, internationalists, for example, in Africa, in Southeast Asia, and in Brazil. They got a lot of landmark buildings in China. I think this is in Tibet, right?
They actually build
a lot of high-rise buildings, a lot of landmark buildings in both in China and some other countries. China. And this is the history of this factory since 1985 to now. And we got a very interesting project is Angola. This is very famous. The project we call oil for housing. And after the war, the domestic war, the presidents want to provide a lot of social housing for Angola people. So we did really a fantastic job. We got more than 10 companies, got now I think around 10,000 employees. They're based in Zhejiang province in Hangzhou, but we cover almost everywhere. We want to be the world class, the green building, the service, and the target global market. And we want to create world-class quality. This is the long-term partners, including China Oil, China Petroleum, and Toyota, and Tata, and BMW. For example, they are very famous for the big steel frame structure for the factories. Yeah, and this is a lot of very high-rise buildings. This is in Xi'an, I think, Shanxi province. And we take a lot of social responsibility, the projects. We are doing research, designing, manufacture, and general contractor. And we invest a platform for the green building materials. Yeah, this is their manufacturer base. They are very famous for the EPC project, engineering, procurement, and construction. They did a lot of real estate development and building. And they are very confident. So far, they are all their product is all belongs to green building materials, and we got a lot of certificates, and we also create the standard for the industry in China, and we create a construction industry internet platform, and it's very popular for both the business and the family. For example, they want to decorate their house. Yeah, China, we have a lot of very strange buildings, and including this one, they build a hotel under the water. It's very deep. It's a 5-star hotel in Shanghai, and we every year we did a lot of research and study, and they built steel structure residential system. It's very efficient and very economic and very quick and durable. And also, they are very confident that in China, I think many high-rise buildings use the Hangzhou steel structure, and they also want to explore the market in both Madrid and in the Latin America. They finish a lot of typical projects, very huge. And we can do also infrastructure, for example, the steel bridge. And this is their certificate and achievements for the green building system. China and Chinese government, we pay much attention to the environment protection. So the construction industry, we face a lot of challenge, but Hangzhou Steel is very good at this. And they are very confident with the building information and intelligent manufacturing. And they have a lot of successful projects in China and in the overseas market already. This is some components. And you've got this is different green building materials. For example, this is So this is a briefly introduction of Hangzhou Steel, and the Mr. Dong is in charge of international business for Hangzhou Steel. Provoke opportunity in the future.
Okay, thank you. Hello. So that's all for our presentation. So is there any questions that you wanted to ask our speakers?
Bueno, parece que hemos terminado un poquito antes de tiempo.
We
Estamos
have
teniendo
finished
algunos
before
problemas
time. We're
de
experiencing
conexión.
some technical issues.
Este llegaría el momento de las preguntas, que la verdad
Here
es
we
que
would start with the
ahora mismo,
Q&A session,
pues,
but
creo que
at
no
the
tenemos
time, I
preguntas.
think we don't have
Pasa
any.
que no tenemos
This happens
preguntas.
sometimes, that we don't have any
Entonces,
questions.
si nuestros
So
compañeros de
if
China
our
han
colleagues from
terminado, creo que
China
podemos
have
dar por
finished, I
concluida
think we can
esta parte del
conclude
programa.
this part of the
A menos que
program,
vosotros
unless
queráis,
you
por
want
supuesto,
to
comentar algo más o
provide
lanzar
any
alguna
additional
pregunta
comments
también
or raise
al
a
público o
question to
entre
the audience
vosotros.
or a question amongst yourselves.
Vale, bueno, pues parece que a veces la tecnología nos falla. La verdad es que somos bastante afortunados de poder contar con nuestros compañeros desde China en este momento de pandemia y con la diferencia horaria y todo. Os pedimos disculpas por adelantado por estos pequeños problemillas técnicos, que además me han dicho que también estamos teniendo un pequeño problema con la traducción, efectivamente, por el problema comunicativo. Pero bueno, si no tenemos más preguntas ni queremos añadir nada. Okay, guys. Thank you very much for your collaboration with us. Xie, that's the only Chinese that I can pronounce. And thank you very much for everything. It's been a pleasure.
It's been our pleasure too. And we hope that can travel to Spain very soon, so we can actually physically meet up together.
We hope to see you physically very, very soon. Thank you very much. Xie.
Thank you. Have a good day. Ciao.
Bueno, compañeros y todos los que nos estáis siguiendo desde casa y desde el Palacio de Cibeles de Madrid, hemos terminado un poquito antes de lo previsto con este panel. Nos vemos de vuelta a las 12. Muchísimas gracias a todos.
Thank you very much.